Hi everyone. So today we're going to look at a new funded firm. This firm is called Funded Hive. And the reason why we are looking at this one is because it's currently trending and their programs and plans are completely different from the industry standards itself. And so we are going to look at that. Before we go into that, if you want to find them, just go to Google and search for Funded Hive. So let's talk about why they are completely different from the others. Basically, one of the main thing is that their payouts are instant, and the reason for that is because their whole system is based on web3. Basically all their payments, all their withdrawals, deposits, everything, it's done through web3. So what that means is that you don't have to wait for weeks and weeks to get your money even after you submitted a payout request. So that's one of the most brilliant scenarios that can happen to a funded trader. So we have discussed about the payouts, right? So basically the payouts are, as I mentioned earlier, are instant. So you don't have, when you request the payout, you will instantly get that to your wallets. So you don't need to worry about anything. But for getting your payouts, what you need to do is you need to create a MetaMask account. Basically, you need a MetaMask wallet. Basically, all their transactions are done in crypto. So that for that you need to create a MetaMask account. It's a wallet, so just create that. And the best other thing is that they are completely transparent. Basically they will show all their transactions, all their payments to the students and everything in the website itself. That's one of their most critical advantages over here. Basically they are transparent as compared to the most of the other funded firms out there. So as I mentioned earlier, they are transparent, they are instant, and they are decentralized. So now let's go down to their plans and see what are the new plans they have. So if you scroll down here, first of all, we are going to look at the classic two-step classic plans that we see all around the funding, like all the funded firms out there. We can see that. So basically, in the two-step itself, over here, you can see that they have classified it into 3 categories again. And we are going to go through each one of them. So don't worry. So first of all, in the two-step classic one, you can see that there is Newbie, which means start leverage. I'm going to go deep into that, so you don't need to worry about it. So first of all, what's happening over here is that, as you know, we have profit target for each phase like that, and daily endorsements and everything like that. So let's go through each of them so that you guys understand everything. The first is the profit target. As you know, for the profit target for the phase 1, it's 8%, and for the phase 2, it's 6%. So once you reach 8% of on your first account, you will get promoted to the next account. And their daily loss limit is 5% for all the accounts, like for the phase 1, phase 2, and the funded account. This is for Newbie, okay? We are talking about Newbie right now. And their overall loss limit is 10%. That's their loss limit. And the next thing that you need to remember is the maximum loss that you can take in a trade is 3%. So if you take a trade, always make sure your risks are really low. For one entry, your risk need to be really low. The reason for that I'm saying is because is due to the leverage. You can see over here for the Newbie account, they put a leverage of 1:15, 1:50, 1:50 throughout. So due to this leverage, the amount that's going to be taken, like you need to spend on each trade, it's going to be higher than the normal ones. So always try to put your risk really low, like near the 1% mark. That will be better for you guys. And the other difference from other accounts, the other step, two-step accounts, is that when you get funded, the profit split will be 70%. And then they have no consistency rule. That's a good one. And then for the weekend holdings, you can keep weekend holdings for the phase 1 and the phase 2. Basically those evaluation phases you can do weekend holding, but once you get funded, you cannot do the weekend holding. Any trades that you take, you need to close them by the Friday itself. To take a trade on Monday, you need to close them by Friday, like that. And then they basically the profitable days for phase 1 and phase 2, it's the number of days that we need to be profitable. That's all. So over here, what you need to have a look at are the maximum daily loss limit and the profit split and the leverage. Just have a look at that over here, because when we move over to the next one, which is the worker bee, you can see a difference over here. Basically, when you came over to the worker bee over here, you can see that all the other stuff are remaining the same, but the maximum loss limit has been reduced to 4%. So maximum daily loss. So the maximum daily loss is 4% for a worker bee. And the reason for that is because they have increased the leverage. So basically, the leverage has increased from 1:50 to 1:100. So that is the difference over here. And then the profit split is 80%. The profit split for the newbie was 70%. So over here, once you get funded, your profit split will be 80%. Just remember that. All the other things are the same over here. And if you look over here, you can see that 2K worker bee 2K account is $19. 5K account is $39. If you go to newbie, $15 and $29. 29 becomes 39 and 15 becomes 90, like that. And then the last of the two-step program is the Q&B. So when we look over here, same thing. The maximum daily loss limit has been reduced to 3%. And the profit split increased to 90% over here. So basically, you get 90 and they get 10%. And the leverage, basically, the leverage is 1:200. For worker bee, it was 1:100, but over here it's 1:200. So the rest of the rules are same over here as well. So that's it. So, and over here you can see that the price is $29 for a 2K, $49 for a 5K, like that. So that's it for the two-step class. And the other thing which I need to tell you guys is that all the trading platform that we use for Funded Hive is CTrader, not MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. They use the platform CTrader. And then we go to their instant growth account. So over here, we can see that this is the funded instant payout, the instant growth account. Basically, where you don't need to get the phase accounts. Basically, you can straight away go into instant pay. You can buy instant payout accounts. So over here, what you need to first of all see is that their starting plan is a 10K account. They don't have a 5K or anything. And the 10K account is worth around $299, which is a little bit higher than most of them. But what you need to see are their advantages over here. So basically, as I mentioned earlier, they have instant payouts, and basically you just need to reach 6%. 6% of your account, total account. If you have a 10K account, if you reach the 6% target, you can scale the account to the next level. Basically, that's 20K. And basically that cost about $449. But what you need to remember over here is that when you are scaling, the payout, they take it from your own account. So basically that's another advantage. And the best advantage is that they don't have a daily loss limit. The only thing they have is a maximum loss limit, which is 6%. And the other thing that you need to remember is that you can only lose 2% for a trade. In a single trade, you can only take maximum of 2% loss. And as I said earlier, 6% is the maximum loss account. And then they don't have no consistency rule. So you don't need to worry about those as well. So basically, until you reach the level 5, which is the 150K account, the level 5, you need to, like, basically you purchase it at $299. Then as you level up it, the amount will be taken out of your account. But once you reach level 5, if you scale to the next level onwards, you don't need to pay anything from your side. Basically, all those levels, you're keeping the profits to yourself, basically splitting it them, and you are keeping that. And what you need to remember is that the profit split is always 80% for this instant payout account, instant funded account basically. And you can see over here, the 10 last level is the level 10 is the 1 million mark. So that's it for their instant growth. And right now, I'm going to talk about the one you all have been waiting for, which is the pay from growth. And over here, what it means is that you basically don't have the full amount to purchase the whole account, right? So if you are facing that issue, you can get a 5K account for just $9 over here, as you can see. And the rest of the amount, the rest of the challenge fee, you can pay that from your profit later on. And same thing, CTrader is the trading platform. For 5K account, basically they charge $49, but it's just $9 over here. You are paying in the start. And for a 10K, it's just $19. For a 25K account, it's $49. But before you purchase the account, what you need to do is you need to go through all of this. So I'm gonna do that right now. So the profit target is, as mentioned earlier, 8% and 6%. That's fine. And then the daily loss limit is 5%. Overall loss is 10%. Maximum loss per trade is 3%. All of this is completely fine. Then the profit split over here is 80%. The thing that you need to look over here is the leverage. That's 1:50. Why you need to remember this is, as I mentioned earlier, 1:50 means that for the risk you are taking, it's going to be a little bit higher. So you need to you always need to calculate your lot size carefully while having a leverage of 1:50. So usually if you are a high risk trader, like you take 3% or 2% per trade, that's really, this account is not for you at all. Basically, those who take small risk amounts, for them, the pay from growth is the best. Pay from profit, sorry, it's the best one. So if you go down over here, you can see that they don't have the consistency rule or the weekend hold. Basically, the weekend holding is completely fine until you reach the funded option. Like when you reach the funded account area, you cannot do the weekend holding, as I mentioned earlier. And so that's it. And before you take the account and everything, you need to check this website out for yourself. Basically, they have PDF for each of their each of their plan, each of their sub plans, everything. They have the PDFs over here. You can download the PDFs over here, read it yourself. Just like if you have any doubts, just go through the whole thing. It will give you a clear idea itself. So you can see the basically they have put the payouts screenshots over here as well. So if you have any doubts, just read through their PDF. Their Web3 user guide is over here as well. Everything is available in their website itself. Just look through it, go through it yourself. If you have any doubts, just click on the FAQ and you can look at the doubts itself.